The Poliverse, the story of human governance, starting with the dawn of ideas, political theory, and Western political thought. Once upon a time, when humanity first began asking what is justice, who should rule, a spark was lit, the birth of political theory. From Plato's Republic, where justice was harmony among souls and classes, to Aristotle, who called humans political animals. Thinkers searched for the ideal balance between freedom and order. Machiavelli broke illusions, teaching that politics was not about morality, but power and realism. Then came the philosophers of the modern age, Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau, each redefining the social contract between rulers and the ruled. The world moved toward liberty, equality, justice, democracy, and later, new ideologies liberalism, socialism, Marxism, feminism, ecologism, and postmodernism expanded the meaning of freedom itself. Then, the Eastern echo, Indian political thought. In the East, long before Plato's academy, sages like Kautilya wrote the Arthashastra, blending ethics with strategy, showing that power must serve dharma, righteous duty. From Kabir's voice of unity, Vivekananda's call for self realization, Tagore's universal humanism, Gandhi's non violence, to Ambedkar's demand for social justice. India's thinkers transformed political ideas into living practices. Their message was clear: true governance begins not in laws but in the awakening of conscience. Then, the mirror of systems, comparative political analysis. As the world modernized, scholars began comparing states and systems like monarchies, democracies, socialist republics. They analyzed how colonialism shaped power and how nationalism rose in resistance. Through comparative politics, humanity learned that while institutions differ, the struggle for dignity unites all. Civil societies, interest groups, revolutions all became instruments of the people's will against oppression. Then come a world in dialogue, international relations. Then came the Age of Nations. The Treaty of Westphalia, 1648, ended religious wars and gave birth to modern sovereignty. But peace remained fragile. Two world wars taught that no nation stands alone. Out of the ashes rose the United Nations, born to preserve peace, and theories of realism, liberalism, and constructivism tried to explain the balance of power and cooperation. Cold War rivalries, globalization, and environmental crisis redefined diplomacy, making international relations a blend of politics, economics, and ethics. Now, the Indian voice in the world, India's foreign policy. After 1947, India entered the global stage with clear vision, peace, non alignment, and sovereignty. Guided by Nehru's rationalism and Kautilya's realism, India balanced moral diplomacy with strategic pragmatism. From NAM to nuclear doctrine, from regional leadership to global partnerships. Today, facing challenges from China, climate change, and digital geopolitics, India continues evolving its diplomacy, firm yet flexible, rooted in its civilizational ethos. Then, the architecture of governance, the political institutions in India. Back home, India's founding fathers crafted a constitution, a living document, inspired by the world yet rooted in India's diversity. They created institutions like the parliament, executive, judiciary, and election commission to balance power and ensure accountability. The federal structure, emergency provisions, and local self governance made India a laboratory of democracy, complex yet resilient. Now, the pulse of democracy. The political processes in India. Politics, however, lives not in books but among people. Movements of farmers, women, Dalits, tribals, and civil society gave new meaning to representation. Caste, religion, region, and language shaped party systems and voter identities, reminding us that democracy is not just a system, it's a continuing conversation among citizens. Now, the machinery of service, public administration. But ideals need administrators. From Weber's bureaucracy to new public management, India's administrative system evolved to serve the people efficiently. Theories of motivation, communication, and decision making taught that leadership is not control, it's coordination. Public administration became the art of turning policies into realities. Now, the governance and public policy, the soul of accountability. In a complex democracy, governance became more than administration, it became participation. Civil society, RTI, social audits, and e governance reshaped accountability. Good governance today means transparency, inclusiveness, and justice, ensuring that policies don't just exist, they transform lives. Now, the future of political science. As the 21st century unfolds, humanity stands at a crossroads between AI and ethics, globalization and identity, growth and sustainability. The story of political science is still being written, not in books alone, but in actions of every citizen who questions, participates, and dreams of better tomorrow. Moral of the story: political science is not just a subject, it's the story of how humanity learns to live together with dignity, wisdom, and balance.